Africa. I am Martina, and I am Managing Director and Chairperson of Volkswagen Group Africa. We deal from here with the entire continent of Africa. Born and bred German, as you hear. And very happy to have you here. And because so I've got 26,000 followers on LinkedIn for those who do create content.
On LinkedIn?
Yeah. Which is not particularly cool, I know.
You're going to tell me where I checked that. Okay, so my name is Ashman Harry. I'm the head of the vehicle manufacturing division. In plant, I have 2,559 followers.
And you? You've got 500 plus.
I've got 500 plus connections, yeah. On LinkedIn. And then sometimes this Instagram thing comes up, it says, follow me. So I've been with the company for 37 years. Quite a long time. I had the opportunity of learning and growing in this environment. It's been an awesome experience. And I think working with a brand like Volkswagen makes it even more cool, at the end of the day. So I'm sure you will enjoy your experience today, and what you take from it is what we're interested in. Yeah. All your thoughts.
You can take pictures, thoughts, emotions. Approximately 50,000 jobs. So if you look at our suppliers, component suppliers, we've got the supplier park quite right next door, but also, of course, services suppliers, logistics suppliers. So that's that we are impacting in a way 50,000 jobs, and that is a NAMSA number. The auto industry overall, with the 7 OEMs, but also with the importers and the dealerships, is 900,000 people in South Africa. You see a bit the split. There's only few unskilled, skilled and semi-skilled, so it's I think also a very good opportunity to skill people, train people, and then highly skilled. Suppliers I've just mentioned, you'll see here in this slide here just the split of, that's only the component manufacturing suppliers, of course, because there's a lot of just in time and just in sequence, you want them close by, but we'll try also to spread them a bit across the country. And that was what I was just alluding to. DHL is doing the in-plant logistics. We need gas for the paint shop, for the paint to dry on the bodies. So that comes from Easy Gas. DSV does our road transport. The sad story we've just talked about, it's not rail, it's road. Engine provides us with fuel, and Midwest does the cleaning. So it's and on the major parts you've got the usual suspects. So a lot of course, global companies who fortunately have also invested in South Africa. Last year, we had an all-time high production record volume, 167,084. Because production colleagues have only recently increased also the tech and the capacity per day, so we never did build that many cars before. 72% more or less out of the production goes into export markets, and 28% is for the domestic markets. And as I already said earlier, this is all the countries and ETC where we are going to, but we don't have to shy back quality wise or whatever. We are comparable to any other plant in the also European setup, which makes us very proud. The auto industry, I only kind of quickly drop this number. The auto industry in South Africa is 5.2 contribution to South African GDP. That's the second biggest right after mining, and sometimes I think we would love to get a bit more attention from politics to get it right for South Africa. And it's a big topic currently. That's our impact here in the Bay. As many others, of course, as well, we are not only a business here in South Africa, but we also want to be or want to contribute to the society. So we're doing a lot of initiatives. A lot of them are really centered around where we are here, because our shop floor comes from Kwano Buchle, for example, and this is then also where we do invest, but of course also across the country. So we are still busy finding a spot somewhere here where we can build our own school, build and run our own school, which is hopefully happening soon. We've got bursaries for our employers, for the children of our employers, to propel them into the next level of education. We do legacy, literacy, and also math and science education across the country, but also here in centers, in the Love Life Center in our school. On top of that, we are also embarking on the not greener space, but on the sustainability space, biodiversity. You'll see here township development pilot project. We are employing every year around 520 YES trainees participating in the YES program.
Can't do without one another, so it's quite a big team, and everyone contributing to this process. To give you a bit of the history, you can see way back between 1929 and 1999, the number of units built in this plant was very low. And when you compare that to the amount of models that we built during the same period, we had quite an extensive range. Some of you may know about the Autos Mark 1, Golf, Jetta, and Caddy pickup at the time. When we got into Polo, we also went into Cross and different derivatives of Polo.
But the way the technology is growing, because it was hand-hammered, and then a little bit better technology, so it's almost like you can see how it's growing as the technology is growing.
Yeah, and in 2000, 2002, 2009, technology wasn't really a big player at the time. Yeah? It was more about refining the amount of models in the plant. So yes, there were elements of technology, but not a big player in Kariega. That came much later. And you'd see we dropped the amount of model derivatives in the latter years. So, and that afforded us the opportunity to actually ramp up the takt time that Martina referred to earlier, because you're starting to put in place something that you do continuously every 1.6 in a minute.
Yes.
And it becomes more
polos and less of too much things.
Yeah.
And I think this is also where we only really got localization, because you need economies of scale for the likes of a Reha or a Bentler, or for someone to really invest here and localize in South Africa and not like assemble.
Sorry to take your time, but with the gap that has been created with the MP200 being discontinued, any chance of the Severo coming? Because you don't have the caddy, so it's a very sexy looking.
So the first quick fix we do is that we'll have a Vivo Cargo. That will of course not cater for all NP200 customers, but that will have a Vivo Cargo for the likes of a Take-A-Lot or so, with a commercial vehicle homologation, so that those like small and medium businesses can claim back VAT.
Hey, serious now. Getting classes. I'm wearing vest. It's very, very real. Intana so far nezinto point.
You know this.
No serious. So yeah. Anyway. What is this
Yes,
for?
it's on already. It's for already.
So how do I put this on?
You put this one around here.
Oh, okay. Thank you. It's real, yeah. It's serious, no? I buried the jacket, yeah, no. I'm serious, no. I'm just making our way. Got our earpieces, glasses, and our mics. Sort of not hearing anything anymore. That is fine. It's real, serious. It's very, very serious, bunch. It's very, very serious. It's very, 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 very serious, man.
So this press line was initiated in 2012, but commissioned in 2013. Took both the German technology and Spanish technology and combined them, and it was the first in the world at the time. So from start their process to whole process. This, you need a huge amount of force to manufacture the drop part. So that's about 21,000 kilonewton. And in real terms, if you want to equate that, it's about 323 African male elephants, the force. Right? The force that's here. So we, conventional press line, have 5 presses to make this part. Because of the styling line and the complexity of our parts, some of our parts are made with 6 presses and not 5. So we have 6 presses. So this is what we do.
Alright guys, this was the press plant. Now we're going to second location. What did they say? Second location is assembly, na?
Body shop.
Body shop. So now we're heading to the body shop. This was crazy. I hope we got most of that. Some of the stuff here is kind of hectic. But yeah, hope you can hear me. Still here with the boy. How is it so far, G? Nice, no? Yeah, so yeah, it's been pretty chilled. Very informative. And yeah, I'm gonna show you something now. This is what we just watched. This whole process of how it started from this. Pretty dope. Pretty dope. That's the whole one, the whole process there. Body shop time, body shop. It's in the body shop. Oh.
car. And what you see there is basically a robot applying what is called taka nuts. This is stuff that is used in the assembly process to put certain parts in the assembly process together. There's so much more to be in this car. So please follow me as we go. You see here hanging in the air is the front floors. We call it the front floors. And onto the front floors comes the rear floors. And then basically the floor is done at the back. It's basically what we're doing spot welding. So what you see here is what we call spot welding. This is basically an arm that is going around doing the spot welding. And then at the time we will probably release 10 dribbles accompanied by 50 Polo. That's basically how the members are going in. They go in first, then the rear floor goes in, the front floor then comes on, then the procedure starts, get clamped down together, and then you start following.
Transformer, robotic,
Yo! Seconds until they come and get out. Access to the car. That's the tailgate, the bonnet, and the four doors. So you see here, this is the tailgate facility. You will stop on the other side so you can see how it actually runs. This is the tailgate facility. So this tailgate facility supports the main line on the other side with tailgate. So it's basically an automated facility where you load blank parts from press shop, move through the process, being transferred from one process to the other using the robot, and then a full tailgate pops up on the other side, which we then take from the tailgate cell onto the main line onto the car. So you'll see, this is what we call the clinch bed. Here in this process, we take the outer part of the tailgate and the inner part of the tailgate and we put them together. And we apply black sealer or a glue, which I explained earlier, onto the parts before we flange it together to ensure that we don't have corrosion on our parts. So if there's any water entry, we don't have corrosion onto the parts. This is one of the examples of measurements that we do. This is series measurement, and we've got also offline measurement. So this gentleman here is basically measuring this is what the measuring. So he measures the Ramon parts, he takes them from the line, measures them. If there's any deviation on the part that he's measuring, he will immediately communicate that measure back to production to make sure that we at least correct those deviations. You will hardly get major deviations, but a 0.5 deviation is called a deviation, and we need to correct it back in the facility as well. So this is the first part of the fitment line, and this gentleman will fit the doors over the exposure the parts, and then goes on but when we do the parts, we fit them as if they will be fitted when they get to assembly. So the assembly that we get in assembly, we must get this body one part our body one, because the way it looks basically before it gets fitted. In production and in a manufacturing industry, this gentleman has the right of way. It's true. Yeah, it's true. there's a screen above this gentleman here, which is basically that big screen that you see there on top. There's a screen on the right hand side and there's a screen on the left hand side. That screen is connected with a measuring system that you will see later on. And that screen gives feedback to these gentlemen that are fitting parts onto the car to give them feedback on how accurate their fitment has been. And if it's getting out of accuracy, then looking at the screen, they can then correct whatever they're doing. So I'll show you the measuring system in front, and I'll ask you one question to make sure that
They're setting us up, my brother.
so we fitted the doors, the tailgate, the fender, and the bonnet, and then the car is complete. So when the car is complete, we see another robot station here in front. This robot station is more interested than anything you see at the back. Please move closer and you'll see. Please, 90 seconds count. I'm hoping Gustav or someone who works with him can help him. Next time we get him one. So let's take content of this station, staying away from the yellow and the black.
So just the
Yes. So we can stand here and stay away from the yellow and the black, and then you can take content. So this is an inline measuring station, measuring the fitment that was done at the back. That fitment needs to be done. Actually, you're holding me back. I'm in production. I build cars for a living. Every second counts. So what you will notice immediately with this station is that it's not fenced in. Actually, your leg is on the yellow and the black. So this station is not fenced in because these robots here are friendly to human intervention.
okay.
So these robots are friendly to human intervention. So if it bumps a person, it will most likely stop before hitting that person. Unlike those monsters on the other side, the orange ones, if those ones get hold of a person, there is no person afterwards. So what is interesting about this facility is immediately once it measures the car, it displays the results on the screen and also displays feedback to the guys at the back for immediate feedback on whatever they're doing on the facility. Please take note also for how critical the 90 seconds is. You'll see here on the top there is displays of a counter. That's a counter that gives allowance for whatever station to say exactly. So if you see it has reset itself to actually count for the next car.
Okay.
So by the time that 80 seconds gets to zero, the car must be going out. We need to push out one more car.
Next stop, prime the
Yo, that was body shop. Kind of crazy. Now, final assembly. We're going to there now. Check it out. Woo, it's crazy actually. Welcome to final assembly.